Hey everyone, how are you doing? Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. I'm going to be conducting an energy reading today for the collective. So do take what resonates as always and leave the rest behind if it doesn't really feel like it's aligning with your current energy right now. Speaking of energy, that's why you're here, right? Something really feels, I wouldn't say it feels off. I would more say something is coming into alignment. I noticed that this morning when I woke up, I've got this intense ringing in my ears, but it feels as if it's inside of my ears and amplifying outside around me. Almost as if, like, if you can imagine, like white energy sort of waves, like scalar waves type thing, that's just sort of like moving around and sort of like in circles to make some kind of sacred geometric pattern. It's the only way that I can describe it. And it's just making me feel as if something really unstoppable is on its way, that no living being really has the power to stop. It just feels as if, like, not even upstairs, they can't stop this either. Doesn't matter how advanced their technologies, they cannot stop this. And it just really feels weird. So I don't know if you guys are sensing the same thing, or if you've had trouble sleeping, or if you've been having like weird dream patterns, but I hope that you guys are taking care of yourselves and just grounding and journaling and releasing as much as you can. One thing's for sure, when they said that the ending isn't going to be for everybody, I really and truly believe that and feel that. And it's becoming really solidified in my belief system. And I really do see that there's a lot of people out there are going to lose their minds. Literally. I'm not here to sort of put the frighteners on, but it's really becoming like as a matter of fact. So, and I don't mean to sound egotistical when I say that, but guys, just really work on clearing as much as you can within you, and really make sure that you are increasing your frequency as much as you can. If anything, steer clear of, I don't know, like just really, I mean, it's up to you, but just steer clear of things that you know that's going to piss you off, like trigger you when you see something that's going on in the, with these current events. And just really take time out to work on yourself, get out in nature. Okay, so I'm just going to see what's going on with, really what's going on in and around the collective. And as I said, just take what resonates at this point. So we have got the Seven of Wands in the reverse. Whatever this is, it really cannot be stopped, can't be blocked. Like, it's just something that it's almost as if you're gonna have to allow it to come in and just let it consume you, kind of thing. Seven of Wands being in the reverse. Next card that we've got is the Four of Discs. So I feel that you're going to need to stabilize yourself, ground yourself, steady yourselves. I'm also getting a feeling of just holding back, stepping back, and just witnessing from the outside, from the sideline. With this particular deck, that's got like more than one person, like say that will be in the traditional deck. You've got a group of people here. So if you are fortunate enough to have friends around you in your area, or online, if you've got like good friends, if you're good friends with people online, I would suggest really kind of like just checking in on them and seeing how they're doing. Because I feel that this is a time when people are going to need to really start to truly get together, you know. The next one that we've got is the Six of Swords in the reverse. So a feeling of not really being able to move on as yet until whatever this situation is, until it plays out. And then you'll be able to move forward, because this Four of Discs or Four of Pentacles is about being held back. We've got the Five of Swords in the reverse. So I do feel that even though this is like in the reverse, it feels as if this is what you need to kind of like steer clear from. The Five of Swords, like not getting involved in any kind of triggers, any kind, like anybody that wants to come at you with something, because you're not really able to defend this. You're going to have to kind of like hold back and allow whatever this is. All right, this is going to sound a bit weird and biblically. But what sprung in my mind, do you remember the film The Ten Commandments? And the angel of death came down and basically took out whoever was outside, and it was going after the firstborn, the angel of death. And those who were left inside their homes, who put the lamb's blood on their doors to signify that, you know, that they were safe, the angel of death sort of like passed them by, so they're called, you know, it's like the Passover. This kind of, I mean, I'm not saying that it's actually going to be like that, but it's giving me this type of energy where you may be witnessing even more erratic behavior, even more, because I just don't feel that what we're seeing, like, I don't think it's got that bad. It's going to get worse, basically. And I'm not sort of bringing this sort of like doomsday type of energy and stuff. And if this does trigger you, then this reading is not going to be for you. You know, this is really for those who have been really, who knows what's going on, who's been through so much. And as I said, that's also 717. Just steer clear of the drama. And the next card that I've got is the Hermit. Stay in hermit mode. Distance yourself from whatever is about to unfold, because it's going to get real nasty out there. And underneath the bottom of the deck, we have got the Five of Wands in upright position. All the dramas that's going to be unfolding, and obviously this person is outside. And whatever is going to be affecting them is going to be affecting them and not so much you, because you've sort of like been held back. You're out of this drama, this field of chaos. You're not really going to be experiencing it. And I feel that you're going to have to really stay in some kind of energy of gratitude, you know, thankfulness. As I said, like speaking light language over your food, over your water, and really staying in strong, powerful alignment with Source whilst this plays out, because whatever this is, it's going to, as I said, it's going to get nasty. Right? If anyone's going to try to bait you into some kind of argument online or whatever, or you might just put a comment on there, like just to give a difference of opinion, and someone's going to lose their minds over what you said, don't bother to reply back, because you said what you said, and just leave it at that. Or better still, don't say anything at all. Like just literally just steer clear of people, because the mental health is real. I had I don't know if you've been experiencing certain dreams like this, but for years, I've always been having dreams of like some kind of zombie apocalypse, and like, I don't know what you see it's not like what you see in the horror films, but it's sort of given me this, like, well, from what I've witnessed, it's always been like people just actually just being really crazy, really, really erratic, almost like feral, savage. There's no reasoning with these people. And there's always been a small band of survivors that's been trying desperately to stay quiet, stay clear, stay in, you know, any kind of abandoned building that they possibly can. Because these people that have been affected are like raving lunatics. And I had another dream like that this morning. And I'm like, what the, like, seriously, what the hell's going on? Also, in the waking life, you would have seen people really acting really out of character, out of craziness, you know. And if you have, you know, for those who've been doing the research, and there has been talks about certain things being switched on, and, you know, that's going to be making people act out of character. It's almost as if this is kind of giving me like a heads up, just to be like, this is what's coming in, these energy waves. Now, it doesn't mean that it could be negative. It may be very positive to us, for those who've been putting in the work, but very, very negative to the others because they haven't been putting in the work. They're in a low frequency. And also they listen to the news, that, you know, they want their leaders, they want their mentality to be governed. And they have no idea, no clue about what sovereignty is, what being a steward is, but they're rather going about as being like a citizen under control. As I said, that was 1111. All right, let's just expand on what this is, with starting off with the Seven of Wands being in the reserve. Reserve. Well, I meant to say obviously like reverse, but there's something about being reserved. Okay. So for the Seven of Wands being in the reverse, we've got the Magician in the reverse. So whatever that's coming in, and as I said, it's going to be some kind of nastiness. We know that we've got these nasty black magicians that's going to be obviously doing their thing to try to fuck things up for the rest, well, for everybody really, because they know what's coming in, and it's like they're playing their last hands, their last dying hand. With the Four of Discs or the Four of Pentacles being in the upright position, what does this mean? It means the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So this is what they're going to be. Okay, I'm really getting a feeling of water energy here. Obviously, this is the Queen of Cups, but there's something about the way how, something to do with the water. And we know we've been getting a lot of situations, reports about stuff to do with the water. You know, so again, this is what I was saying about, you know, just being careful about what you're drinking, how you're drinking. And this is obviously to do with the emotions as well, the water within us. Okay, so they're definitely doing something that's going to be affecting our emotions. So this is why it's really important to kind of steer clear from whatever's going to be happening. And I'm hearing sort of like, and don't move until it's safe to do so. We have got the, don't move until it's safe to do so. With the King of Wands, this would be about taking action. It's really about just falling back, holding back, retreat. Because whatever this Five of Wands is, you don't want to get caught up in this mess. And the Five of Swords in the reverse, we've got the Ace of Wands in the upright position. Something about something being ignited with this Ace of Wands, but I don't really feel that this is like good energy at the minute with this Ace of Wands, even though it's in the upright position. Okay, and with the Hermit, what do we have? We have got the Ace of Cups. So this is a different energy compared obviously to the Ace of Wands, but this is about healing. Remember what I was saying about putting light language into your, into your water before you drink it, protecting yourself. And it's almost as if like with this Magician, the way how he's got his hand open, and this can be like, looks a bit watery as well. Like just really just sort of speaking light. I don't know if you can see, guys. Speaking light into sort of like the water to purify, to heal, to protect. And then the card underneath the bottom of the deck, we've got again the Seven of Wands being in the reverse. It's a bit fucked up. And then what card is here we've got is the Judgment. So this feels like whatever this announcement is, whatever this is, and this angelic energy, just be mindful. All right, just be mindful. Let's go with just finishing off this reading with the Inner Temple Oracle. What do we have for as a message. First card that we have got is Chamber of Inspiration. So I do feel that, still work on your creativity, still work on whatever it is that you're trying to create and build in terms, because, most of you, if not the majority of you, have got plans for, doing things creatively, whether this is inventing things, for, I don't know, just living a better lifestyle for yourself, whether this is living off grid or growing your own food, catching inspiration from others, being an inspiration to others as well. So just hold on to that energy. We've got the scene. So you're definitely one who's seen a lot of things yourselves. The veil is thinning, so you could be witnessing a lot of activities up there, and not really getting as freaked out as you did before, because you know what's coming in. So it's almost as if this is interesting. Even though this is the unseen part here, and the reverse where it's all clouded and veiled, it's almost as if you're going to be seeing a lot of stuff in the sky, a lot of things, colours, shapes, you name it, you're going to be seeing it. But just at the moment, I wouldn't really say it's here as yet, because you would know if it is, We've got the soul retrieval. So this is definitely about you answering that soul calling. And this, to me, feels like this is a very, very protective energy. And as I said, if you keep on aligning yourself firmly with Source, that's going to help you to get through whatever it is that's coming in. We have got the next card, the next message, and we've got let go. So work on letting go of all of that resentment. If anybody wants to try to test you or, try and come off with some kind of bullshit with you, let it go. Let it go. It's just literally not worth it. And if you notice as well, again, with this water surrounding this person as well, whatever you're holding on to right now, the best thing to do is just free yourself from it. And then the last card that I've got is projection. So certain people will certainly be projecting themselves onto you, for you to, respond in the same kind of way. Lowering yourself to deal with them is not a good idea. I would strongly advise against it, because you know fully well what's going on. They don't, but it's giving them satisfaction to hurt you. But it should give you satisfaction to protect yourself. Okay? Underneath the bottom of the deck, we have got Inner Summer. As I said, there's definitely something that's happening. And I did say this before. Between now, June, July, but around August, even September time, there's going to be a lot of things that's going to be, you yourself are going to be changing a hell of a lot more. A lot more activations are going to be taking place, but only if you keep on working on yourself. You keep on, letting things go, keeping your frequencies raised as much as possible. Okay, so this is what I've got, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next reading.